Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. I know I am. Just hanging out with the busted knee and then checking in on some video game news. And coming to us from the ringer.com, people are focused on this lately, and I understand the thought process and why people are not super happy with this. That being, the video games are more than likely going from $60 to $70. The cost of games had remained stable since 2005. You heard that right. 15 years of $16. I mean, 15 years of $60 games, right? Now, for me, I'm going to have a perspective that a lot don't agree on, and a lot of people are mad about. Not my perspective, but the whole situation. But the fact that I don't have an issue with games going up to 70. I'll explain more of that shortly, but let's dive into this article and then I'll give you my thoughts and everything like that because I really don't have an issue. It remained stable since 2005 when Call of Duty 2 set the price standard. Now the latest installment of the series is setting a new mark at $69.99. What does it mean for an industry that's increasingly moved towards subscription services? Now, only one side has moved towards subscription services, not both sides. That would be Xbox. Xbox has gone to the subscription side model. Now, some games are free to play with subscriptions, but not PlayStation. They're not really focused on the industry of giving a subscription model because, quite honestly, that's a hindrance to most developers in the industry. The reason why I understand, sorry about that noise, my phone was plugged in, um, this issue that people are having is because they've grown accustomed to games costing $60. It's been 15 years since video games have had a price increase. And for me, I don't have a problem because if you look at the cost of goods over the last 15 years, everything has gone up. And you have states like California where $15 minimum wage is on its way, and the state minimum wage currently is at $13. So you have to understand that there is going to be an increase of cost of goods. If we're going to constantly use minimum wage as the measure point for what is a livable wage versus the role that people pick instead of sitting on minimum wage, um, then we're going to have issues like this where video games and the costs go up. Like a lot of video game sequels, Call of Duty 2 was bigger and better looking than its predecessor. The 2005 follow up of Infinity Ward's franchise spawning 2003 first person shooter expanded on the original formula in a few different ways. Generating health replaced a finite health bar, a new icon indicating positions of active grenades. The game got longer and less linear and featured new squad tactics, chatter, and improved AI. And a tweaked graphics engine enabled then fancy effects like smoke grenades, sandstorms, blizzards. Also, the sequel cost more. When it launched on PC in late 2005, the game still sported a standard price tag of $50. But when the game made its console debut a month later, the launch title for Xbox 360, it was $60, an industry alternating price. Matt Pascala, who's now the executive director for games as market research company MPD Group, was working for Activision when the sequel launched. This was a big debate whether to go to 59 on COD2. He says Bobby Kotick, the CEO at the time, came in and said, "We're going to 59 on Call of Duty 2," and no one else really followed at first. It took a few months for games to start falling, but once they did, they kind of jumped on the train. Gamers jumped on board the train too. The new price wasn't without its detractors. GameSpot's review of the 360 version griped that the game had a higher price point than its PC counterpart, but the spike in price didn't stop consumers who made Call of Duty 2 the best three selling the best 360 selling launch title in 2005 December. Uh, this to me shows that people understand the value, and I measure the value of a game based on a few factors that include the overall dollar value to hours spent in the game, right? So if a game gives me 40 hours of entertainment, the value per hour is a dollar 10, dollar 15, something like that. So to spend $1 an hour for entertainment isn't an issue for me because if I were to go to the movies and I get a movie ticket, $10, popcorn, $10, and a soda, let's say $7, that's $27 just for me right there. Now, $27 for 2.5 hours, well, not even 2.5 hours on most movies, but 2 hours of entertainment equates to $13.50 per hour of entertainment. I have no problem with spending that because, that's what I equate the value to. But if I'm measuring the metric against something similar in entertainment, like a video game, a video game like Call of Duty, where you have multiplayer and you're playing online, and a lot of people play 100 hours on that game. So the value increases over time spent on it. If you're only spending 75 cents per hour of entertainment, then you're getting a ton out of it. This was 2 console generations ago, uh, 15 years and 15 Call of Duty sequels ago. On November 13th, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the 17th installment in the series, will launch a day after Sony's PS5 and 3 days after the debut of the Xbox Series X. Versions of the game will also appear on the PS4 and Xbox One. The long in tooth competing platforms that launch in late 2013. Incredibly, Black Ops Cold War will cost $59 on the PS4 and Xbox One, the same price as Call of Duty 2. But the next gen consoles will have a higher price point of 69. At long last, the industry price hike history is repeating itself. Um, it's $69 for both versions on the PS4. You can get the cross-playable version, which comes with the PS5 and the PS4 version for $69. So let's say you don't upgrade to the PS4, the PS5 right away, then you're going to play on your PS4. But if you think you're going to upgrade, then you get the $70 version and you get both copies. I don't have an issue with that. I think the value is there, and if you, what's it called? 2K Sports broke the $70 sale in July when it announced 2K1 would cost 59 on current and 10 more on next gen. Although Take-Two Interactive insisted that pricing for its game would be handled on a title by title basis later that month. IDG Consulting's president and CEO Yoshio Osaki told GameIndustry.biz that other publishers are also exploring moving their next-gen pricing up on certain franchises. Mid-September, Sony specified that most of its PS5 launch date titles would be $69. Microsoft hasn't raised their prices yet, and Ubisoft announced that its games would remain 60 for the 2020 holiday season, although it wouldn't commit to maintaining that price in 2021. CD Projekt Red, kept the price for next gen versions of Cyberpunk at 60 also, possibly because the game was already available for pre order at that price in June, before the news about 2K1 and Call of Duty came out. Other prominent publishers include Capcom, EA, have hedged and admitted only that they're monitoring trends, but assuming COD, Black Ops, and NBA 2K1 and Sony itself sells, more sweeping price increase seems inevitable, given how price ins- insensitive day one game buyers are for the games they want to play. I anticipate this sticking. I do too, but I also look at it as cost of employees, cost of producing a game, cost of all these things have gone up. Now, the cost of the components have gone down, but you don't look at cost of components when you look at an individual studio producing a game and having, 30 to 60 employees based on per hour, etc. The cost of games have gone up when it comes to the production value and everything like that. Now you have a game like Ghost of Tsushima where if it would have originally came out on PS5 and you paid $70 for it, well, got about 45 hours if you played through the whole game to 60 hours, and then they added a co-op mode and more for more hours of play. You're still valued around the same as if it were the PS4. So a $10 price hike, me personally, I do not have an issue with, and a lot of people will disagree with me, but I look at it from, like I said, a value of a value of time spent versus amount spent. Now, if you get a 8-hour game and you're paying $70 for it, well, that's a $10 an hour game roughly. Still cheaper than going to the movies, but is the value really there? Not necessarily. You got to have the incentivized time to play it, and it's got to be a well built game to keep you around and so that you get the value on your dollar. All of this comes down to, no matter what, I personally believe it's what people are willing to pay for their entertainment. If you buy, I don't know, let's say a game a month, is $70 a month going to make or break you? Is that $10 price increase going to change your spending habits? Are you going to go to a subscription based model because you get better value per hour? As a consumer, you might, but for the industry, you might end up running into a situation where it devolves and screws over manufacturers. Who knows? But these are just my thoughts over here on 8-Bit Hooligans, guys. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Hey, be sure to throw a like on this video. Also, throw a subscription if you're new and share it out there. It does help, and channels are not getting spread out and sent out to people as often as they should. So be sure to share it with those people that you think might be interested. Thanks again, guys. I hope you have a great day. Peace.